Evening, everyone. My name is Jain. Welcome to our webinar on Jainism and law, politics, and government.
This is great. I am a federal lobbyist and a state lobbyist and a lawyer. I work for a group called AHOA. It's the Asian American Hotel Owners Association. Previously, I've worked as a campaign manager for the Wisconsin Attorney General at the Republican National Committee, as well as on Capitol Hill, among other political and legal jobs.
I'm Parag Mehta. I currently serve as the executive director of the MasterCard Center for Inclusive Growth. I spent about 17 years working in political campaigns and in government. Most recently, I was chief of staff to the United States Surgeon General in the Obama administration. And before that, I worked for a civil rights agency at the U.S. Department of Labor, where we work to protect workers from discrimination in the workplace, but we also enforced rules around affirmative action that were designed to create more diversity in America's workplaces.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Mishi Jain. Like Parag, I'm from the great state of Texas. I'm specifically from Houston, where I went to undergrad at Rice University. Currently, I'm in the Bay Area. I'm a student at Stanford Law School.
Jainism definitely had an impact on the way I came about this career. Jainism has always been a logical religion. It's something that prides itself, ironically, in logic, and so that always appealed to me. And sort of finding the career path in law.
I think Jainism is about compassion, and it teaches us that all life and all forms of life have divinity. And so, if we can see every form of life, from the amoeba to the human, as having an element of divinity in it, then we have a moral responsibility to protect those lives and to enrich them.
Regardless of where you fall on the political line, Parag mentioned the fact that, we are minorities, but this is our home. And so something I wanted to really underscore was encouraging many of the viewers and Jains in general to become more active, regardless of if you're going into the legal field or not. So something I would say is run for office, or if you don't want to run for office, support campaigns or call your representatives. I mean, regardless of what field you're going in, if it's legal or not, policy is going to affect your life in any industry. And so I just wanted to underscore what Parag was saying was about we need more representation of people who look like us. But if that's not something that you're interested in, call your representatives, voice your beliefs on things that you are for or against, and definitely stay engaged in the political process.
If you want to work in politics, if you have the passion that Chirag and Mishi and Sapna and I have to make a difference in the world, the way to sell it to a parent is by focusing on the stability aspect of these jobs. That, economies go up and down, but there's an election in this country every 2 years. So I told my parents when I decided not to be a doctor and to go into politics, I'm going to be employed for life. Because even if I'm not very good at this job, there are 435 members of Congress who have to get reelected. Surely one of them is going to hire me. Focus on the economics of the situation. Busy parents want stability for their kids. Law and politics can be a career of great stability if you are focused about it, if you figure out what you're good at doing there, and if you hone your skills and move to the top of your profession, you'll have no problem getting employed. And that's your act of civic participation. But at a higher level, I think we should all make the effort to stay informed about issues, to seek truth, because Jainism calls on us to seek truth, and to speak truth as well. And then the last piece of advice I'd give you is this: no matter what career or profession you're in, I have always been well served in my life by following two principles when it comes to a job. Only work for causes that inspire you, and for causes that matter, and for people who inspire you. When you do that, even if you struggle with hard times, even if you feel frustrated at work, even if the workload becomes overwhelming, you will at the end of the day feel satisfied with what you are doing. So find those causes that matter and work for those people who inspire you, and you'll do pretty well in life.
And one thing I just want to say, Parag, that's awesome advice and definitely something to think about. It takes time to figure out what it is that inspires you. And so for a lot of people, your first job isn't going to be what you do forever. While that may have been what was normal in the legal profession, where you left law school and started a job at a law firm and then did that for the next 30, 40, 50 years of your life, that's definitely not the case anymore. anymore. And the legal field is constantly changing, and there are new opportunities that open up every day. So don't be afraid to sort of take that chance and try something different.
Your personal kind of morality and actions, that's what you will be judged by, and what will take you kind of past whatever you're doing in your specific job or your career, and that to me is the most important and most fundamental to being a good Jain, regardless of your specific vocation or what your job is or anything else, and that's something I've tried to keep with myself.
In terms of like mentorship, I think there's something to be learned from mentors who are obviously Jain, but then also not Jain. Somebody is always willing to give you some nugget of information if you're willing to listen. And that doesn't mean that you have to take it, you don't have to take it hard. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. But this sort of goes to, the Jain value of anekan thad, where, thinking about taking into account other people's perspectives and looking at a situation from a variety of different aspects. So that's sort of my plug on that side. And it's always helpful as a practicing lawyer to use anekan thad to think about, what is opposing counsel going to do in this situation. And it's helpful when you have to think about what arguments you're going to have. So it's a very basic premise. I think everyone on this panel will tell you, go vote. Whether it's local elections, whether it's national elections, it doesn't matter. Your vote counts, and that's the only way that our community's voice will be heard, no matter where you are on the political spectrum.
Yeah, I just echo others about choosing a line of work, whether in public policy or not, that you're very passionate about, because life will be a lot more fun that way.
Find a career that inspires you and gives you passion. Seek truth throughout your life, because Jainism calls on us to do that. And remember the words of Dr. King, which is, everyone can be great because everyone can serve. And public service is one of the most noble ways to serve your country and your community. So whether you vote or you stay informed on issues or you run for office yourself, always find ways to serve the communities in which you live.